Hello children. In the last session we have seen second chapter, functions of management. In that lesson we have discussed what is meant by functions of management, and then we have seen the kinds of functions. In that functions of management, it is classified into two. One is main function and another one is subsidiary function. We have discussed main functions in detail in last session. The main functions of management are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, and coordination and motivating. Today we will see subsidiary functions. The subsidiary functions of management are innovation, representation, decision making, and communication. Now we will see in detail the subsidiary functions. First, innovation. Innovation refers to the preparation of personnel and organization to face the changes made in the business world. Continuous changes are being made in the business. Innovation includes developing new material, new products, new techniques in production, new package, new design of a product, and cost reduction. The management should contribute something new or something unique to meet the changing requirements of customers, namely new product, new method of production or distribution, adding new features to the existing product, uncovering a new territory for business, innovating new raw material, etc. There is no exaggeration to say that innovation cannot happen in any country without entrepreneurship. They have contributed in no small measure to economic development of any country by innovation. They bring about innovation by building a brand new product or by constantly upgrading existing product or by tapping new market for existing product in a new territory or by inventing a new technology to produce a product or service, and so on. All this innovative exercise ensures rise in income and output in the economy. Next one is representation. A manager has to act as representative of a company. Manager has dealings with customers, suppliers, government officials, banks, financial institutions, trade unions, and the like. It is the duty of every manager to have good relation with others. They should be able to influence team members by showing sympathy and empathy so as to enable them to contribute positively towards the goals of the venture. Entrepreneur should lead others from the front and by personal example, and should walk the talk and effectively take all the followers to activate the goals of the venture. And then next function is decision making. Every employee of an enterprise has to take a number of decisions every day. Decision making helps in the smooth functioning of an organization. He should have a foresight to visualize future business environment. He has to take timely and correct decision with regard to nature and type of product to be produced, type of technology to be adopted, type of human assets to be employed, location of the enterprise, size of the unit, volume of production, and so on. The very success of any enterprise hinges on prompt, correct, and relevant decisions made by the manager. Manager should rationally examine the various factors influencing the decision and take appropriate decisions after giving due weight to all the risks embedded in various factors. Next one is communication. Communication is the transmission of human thoughts, views, or opinions from one person to another person. Workers are informed about what should be done, where it is to be done, how it is to be done, and when it is to be done. Communication helps the regulation of job and coordinates the activities. Scholars in the field of management have their own classification of functions of management. Some scholars add few functions and delete some other functions. Children, we have discussed the subsidiary functions and we have seen in detail. So, the second chapter we have completed today in this session. Thank you.